Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing for you. This comes by way of Ron, aka Hank the Third Fan on Instagram. If I remember, I'll link it down below. I'm going to unbox it with the Ruike or Rake, however you say it, P801. What some people call the best budget knife you can get. And you know what? I think I agree. Other than if you want to drop, $100, $80 to $100 on an Asher, this is probably one of the best, just straight out of the box EDC knives. Now it's steel frame lock. It's got a little weight, but it's not bad at all. Good blade, 14C, 28N. I'm really digging it. So this comes from Ron. Sorry, it always throws me off because his nickname's Ron. I guess Ron is short for Hank. I don't know. This is a Heretic. Luckily, it's not a Microtech, because as of right now, I'm not really into Microtech. So I think I won't be showing any on the channel. Today was the day that all the dealers posted their videos talking about the Axial Microtech situation. And sadly, it really just seemed like they came out and said, we're Team Microtech. Because they're talking about, get the facts before you say whatever. And there's proof. I mean, proof at least in terms of what Axial Gear is saying. They're clearly saying Microtech was going behind their backs to try to get them out of dealers. So those are facts. I mean, like, at least according to one of the sides, those are facts. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that really. I just wanted to say no more Microtechs, just like no more of that other brand. And that's going to be my way of, showing my whatever. Instead of talking shit every time I have one on the channel, I'm just not going to have them on the channel. And I'm not going to talk about it again. I just wanted to let you know. So there you go. This is the Heretic Pariah. And if you guys may know, it's off-center, of course. It's a little off-center. It doesn't look great, but it's definitely off-center. You may know that I handled this at Blade Show last year, 2021, when I was there with Kyle, my homie, DTOM Knives and Gear. And it was the first time that they were showing this knife off, and it's a double action automatic. So basically, if you want to fire it, you push the button. Automatic. But it disengages with a liner lock. And then you can also open it manually like that. So it's basically a double action auto. It's a little bit different than an OTF double action, so to speak. So let's take a look at it here. We got some crazy pivot. Oh, what the? Not play per se. Oh, is that tip right there? Oh my God. Down here it's fine. Why doesn't it sit down here? Sits up here and the tip is exposed. What? Okay, that's a huge failure right there. I mean, that's dangerous. Like, this is not just like it's almost sticking out. Like, it literally right there, just sliding across. I'm getting it. Like, I'm right there. I'm stabbing myself. That's not good. It's hard for you to see how high up it is. Can you get a good angle on it there? I mean, catch. Yeah, it's bad. So that's not good. You got these sort of grip tape inlays, which are interesting. You've definitely got some grip. You have these star studs that are pretty cool. There's your liner lock. That's how it gets inserted right there. Here's your clip that looks like, oof. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good, but hey, you never know. I'm not going to carry this because I've heard it's literally dangerous to carry it. And with that tip, no, thank you. And this, what is this? Man, these USA-made brands are really making it hard for us to want to buy their products. Like, you know, like, it's just, give me something. Like, they just don't even think a detent is necessary on knives anymore, apparently. You know? This one's not as bad, but it's bad, right? Like, is it because of the auto action that you can't have too strong of a detent because then the spring won't be able to deploy it? Okay. Then don't make it a double action. Just make it a freaking auto. This would be good as an auto, I think. Size-wise, this is a pretty big boy. So here is the LeftyEDC Nessie. You can see there, it's bigger than the Nessie. Here's that Reich P801. Bigger than the P801. I don't have a lot of big knives. The only really big knife I have is the Gungnir, but it's out on loan. Here's my Rask from Grimsmo. And then here's the Hogue, what's this thing called? The Hogue Ritter MK something 1. Sorry. 3.5-inch blade basically on both of these. And this one's bigger, so it might be 3.75 or 3.6 on that. But it's pretty big. So there you go. It has stick. So Ron actually asked me if I could get rid of it. I don't know how you'd get rid of it on this. The only thing I can think of is there's some kind of... Listen to this when it closes, too. That sounds awesome. I got to give him that. That sounds awesome. So I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol, and I'm going to clean that lock face, or the tang. That's really all I can do. I mean, I could take it apart and see if, you know, I could shift the liner down just a touch, but I don't really want to mess with it. Because I don't know what it's going to be like in there if you take it apart, right? There's a little bit of oil there, so let's see if that does it. He said his wife couldn't disengage it because of the lock stick. It didn't seem that bad. Jeez. Yeah, it's transferring something, but I don't think... Trying to get the alcohol onto the lock bore. You ever hear that joke? That joke is hilarious. Oh man, I forget the joke, but it ends in a la lock bar. That's pretty funny. I mean, what's the point of the, you know what I mean? I'd much rather have it be like any other auto where it's locked in place until you hit the button, because it fires really nicely. You know, it sounds really cool when it disengages too. So it's just kind of a loss. Like, there was no reason really to even make it a manual, because nobody's going to use it like a manual. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's going to use it like a manual because of how terrible it is as a manual. So, okay, it's a missed opportunity, I think. If you're going to do it right. So let's look at the blade. We have a poon, right? It's kind of a spear point poon. I don't know what you'd call it. Ergonomics. Yeah, it feels pretty good in hand. It kind of gives me vibes of the Stitch. I know that's kind of weird. But if you curved it a little bit and then you put the hole here, you know, I think it'd look a lot like a Stitch. I mean, size-wise, it's sort of similar. Obviously, a Stitch is more of a curved handle, but this works. This is stupid. There's this hump, and so it's not really a choil. So this is what you get. You get a pretty thick, flat grind. You get, let's zoom in on the blade here. Pariah, serial number 272, USA 122. Oh, it's LMAX. Nice. Good steel. I keep wanting to use the button. I mean, there's lockstick, but it's not bad. I mean, you know, he said it was bad. I don't think it's bad. I mean, I can easily do it. And I kind of complain about lockstick myself. This doesn't really bug me. You know, it's just a little grab. You know, but it's not like bad. Yeah, I wouldn't classify this as bad lockstick. So maybe in transit, it could be, dude. I have had the weirdest things happen when I've gotten knives with lockstick. I ship it somewhere and all of a sudden it's gone or it gets worse. So could be that wherever he lives, it's worse. You know, you got some flame heated, I don't know, steel pivots maybe. But yeah, this knife clearly is not for me personally. But had they gone full auto, I think it would be a good knife. And if they fix their issues, like if they actually seat it down into the handle like it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to sit down there, right? It's not centered, but I think it should sit down there, and then you would not be anywhere near that tip. That would be fine. And maybe that would help with the detent. If it was in the proper position, maybe it would seat into the hole deeper, and maybe that's the problem they have, you know? Oh, what? Oh. I don't know why that was weird. So if you deploy it like a manual, it acts like a manual. That's pretty cool. I mean, other than the fact that the detent blows, that's pretty cool though, that you can reverse flick it out, and then you can drop it shut, and then you can fire it out, and then you can two-hand it close. That's pretty cool. I like that. I just noticed that when you do it manual, there's like no stick. There's no stick at all. So let me hammer it out like an auto. And there you get the stick. So the stick, but it's not really whipping out that fast. I mean, is that really that much faster than me doing that? No, and the stick, that's weird. Okay, that was way harder than that, right? So I think what the spring does, it doesn't necessarily shoot it out faster. I think it somehow pulls it back further so this lock bar engages further, maybe. Let's look at the lockup. That lock bar is about, what, 75% onto the tang. So let's see what happens when I flick it. About the same. But the stick is gone. I mean, it's still that, like, that's worse than. It's still there, but it's just that soft click, and the feeling is much less, right? Than that. Oh yeah, we have full actuation almost on the lock bar, and then. Not quite. Well, there we go. I don't know. Who cares? Well, Ron cares, so I care. Sorry. Yeah, I would send this back to Heretic, dude. I would say, hey, man, I get some pretty bad lock stick. When I fire it out with the auto, it's got some lock stick. I would also tell him the detent is just, like, incredibly too light. I would also tell them this tip is a hazard. I mean, that is a hazard, man. If I wasn't, like, I wish I had something I could grab it with. Like, if I just drag this across, see if I can do it. Yeah, like, I'm catching the tip there. Like, you could just pull the blade out with it. There you go. Like... And then on top of the tip being, so like with the detent being so light, if you catch that tip, it's coming out and then it's opening up. And you can, I mean, this is just sad. Yeah, so, yeah. This is a hazard, guys. This knife is a danger to the person who owns it. I hate to say that. But this is 100% as is. This model is a do not buy. This is a for your safety, do not buy. Heretic needs to recall these if they're all like this. If they all have a tip exposed, a detent like this, and I guess they don't all have lockstick, but lockstick like that, they should all be recalled and they should be taken care of, because that's just dangerous. It really is. Somebody's going to get hurt carrying this. So I'm done. I'm going to get off my high horse. I apologize. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that shit. But I call it like I see it. And this is what I see right now. And as for the Microtech thing, I'm not going to stop shopping at certain retailers. There's not enough information to do something like that. Is it seemingly a little bit weird and maybe there's something going on there? Sure. But until there's like real proof of something or whatever, I would never do something like that or advocate that you don't do something. And anything I say is really just me giving you what I'm going to do or say. I'm not telling you what to do. So I want to make that clear. But I will say you should not buy this knife. So that's it. Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate it. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with this knife because I can't carry it. I won't carry it. I refuse. If this was the only knife I owned, I would not carry it. It is that bad. This is a danger to the people around you and the person carrying it. So until there's something done about that, there's nothing I can do. I was excited for this knife when I was at Blade Show last year. I was also excited for a OTF called the Colossus that I never saw came out unless I missed it. It was supposed to have a reversible clip. I was really excited about it. Never ended up seeing that one come out. I searched throughout the year for it, but anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.